Yeah. You think you can plug this in for me? See if you can get this on there. Hey, how you doing? Good. Doing good. Doing real good. Good to see you.
Likewise.
How'd everything go up with the San Antonio, up in San Antonio?
I didn't have a chance this year because I think they moved it up a week. So
Yeah.
but we have,
I think there was a couple of them
we have
from
9 kids.
9 kids going to state?
9 kids.
Awesome, man.
I lie. 11 kids.
Oh my goodness,
9
that's
girls,
even better.
9 girls, 2 boys.
That's good. That's real good.
25 5A wrestlers that go
Sure.
up there.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
A couple of gold medalists.
Oh, good.
We'll see how that goes.
Yes, sir.
You want to plug your laptop in down here?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tricky to get it in there. How you doing? Carlos Roberto. Nice to meet you, Zapata.
We're on the net live right now.
Hey, how you doing, Coach? Good to see you. Basketball team look good. Basketball team look real good, man. Damn.
Hey, you want to pull some people in now?
Not right now. Trying to find the numbers for the. Did we put up what the numbers were on 956 Sports? What everyone's numbers were? Where everyone's going to be? Here we go. It's a good picture, man. I was gonna just jump on the UIO website to get. Is there anybody here? Any of our guys, man?
What are our writers?
Yeah.
They are gonna be here. Hey, get out of the way, please.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
How you doing,
Hey,
Coach?
Coach, it's
Carlos
Carlos
Robledo.
JD
How you doing?
Salinas.
What's up, yeah.
The JD Salinas.
Hey, Carlos.
The real deal.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man?
We're here.
How's it going?
Yeah, we are live, man. Want to be live?
So it's gonna be fiasco in
Yes,
about
sir.
20 minutes.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be good.
Hey, Steve. Good, yeah.
I was gonna go on the UIO website, man, to get all the
Yeah.
alignment at 9 o'clock, but it's gonna be down.
It's gonna be down.
They said it's gonna be down all morning because of too much traffic.
No, I know, yeah, that's why you're doing that.
Of course I do, but man, I took it off, man. I can't miss this. Hey, good, good. Hey, we're gonna be able to steal you, right? We can steal you for an interview later. Okay.
What a guy.
Dude, man, how do you keep losing weight, Coach?
You know, man,
How you been?
Good. What's up?
Man, you look good.
Thank you. Working at it.
How's the modeling career?
I don't play
Hey.
with model plays anymore.
Hey, so the word is you're gonna be with. Coach, he says he's gonna forfeit. You lost a ton of weight. Hey, whatchamacallit? I hear that memorial might be with the 3 Edinburghs and 2 Westicos.
That's what we're going by.
It's a decent one.
Yeah. If not, then we'll screw it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be all messed up.
All messed up. Remember when I was in Rio Hondo, we came in there. Actually, the last time we came
Yeah.
in, it had everything.
I remember that. Yeah, you guys were all scrambling for games.
I told my coordinator, go find me games. George Peña came back with a guy. Coach, he's got a 0 week. Let's go. We shook hands. And when he left it, who is it? I didn't even know who
he was.
I just needed a game, man.
Yeah, 24 to 26 or something around there. Whatever that is.
See you, Coach. Hey, you're good for later, right?
Alex, come here, Alex. Alex. Okay, so right at 9 o'clock, when they're going to make the announcement, they're going to hand out these packets that have all the schedules. It's going to have everybody's district on there. Okay, it's going to be a little paperwork. They're going to hand them out to all the coaches. You go over there and you grab one, and then you come over here and you're going to talk to us and let us know what's going on. Well, right now, yeah, you'll shoot some footage after. Right now, you don't have to shoot it. You just go grab the packet and you come sit over here and you're going to make the announcement live. You're going to read it or pass it around. Okay? Because they're going to pass it out over there at 9 o'clock. So if they find it for yeah, well, all the coaches are going to go grab one, so you have to go grab one. Okay? Okay, here's what's going to happen. Are we live?
Yeah, well, we've been live for a while.
Oh, we've been live? Oh, okay. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Carlos Roberto along with Jake Berry, and we are live at Region 1 for the 2014 version of the district realignment. We were here 2 years ago, and it's going to be a little bit different this year in that we have the 6A, and we have the 5A as well, Jake. And, it's going to be, a little bit different, but not so much because most of the 6As, most of the 5A schools are moving up to 6A, and most of the 4As are moving up to 5A. So going to be a little bit different, but nothing out of the ordinary because everyone's just moving up a notch. Yeah,
we had some changes just recently. Robert Vela is going to move down or stay in the 5A ranks and not move up to the 6A ranks with everybody else in Edinburgh. And it's throwing a little kink into the system a little bit because they're going to have to figure out if they're going to be playing against the Sherryland, the Donna Norris, Donna's, the two Sherrylands,
sure,
or the Mercedes. It's going to be very interesting. Ed Chalcelsa's right down the road from Edinburgh, so it's going to be really interesting to find out where, say, somebody like Roma, who Coach Habeker's right there, and
schools or might slide over to the Corpus Christi schools, and he's thinking that no, with the mission schools and with the two Sherryland schools, Roma and Rio Grande City will probably be paired over here in the Rio Grande Valley area, and that they should be okay to stay over here in the new 5A district. And let's take a look at the new 5A schools that are going to be, the 6A schools, there's going to be a bunch of them, but we'll start off with the 5A schools. You're going to have Donna, that's going to be new for them. Porter, Rio Grande City, Vela, PSJA Southwest, Mission Vets, Pace, Sherryland, Roma, Donna North, Mercedes, Sherryland Pioneer. By the way, they're going to be announcing the new head coach of Sherryland Pioneer on Wednesday, Ed Calchelsa, and Valley View. So those are going to be your 5A schools, and that's kind of an odd number. There are 15, I think there's 15 of those. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so there's 15, so it's going to be, 7 and 8. 7 in one district, 8 in another district there for the 5A schools. So it'll be interesting because Donna's going to be back in the mix with Mercedes and Ed Calchelsa. Back in the 80s and in the early 90s, Jake, I know you weren't here.
I was alive.
You were alive.
Yeah,
but you weren't here in the Rio Grande
I was
Valley.
in either overseas or in the Midwest, so yeah.
But that was always a good rivalry when you had, you had those Mid-Valley schools together, Donna, Mercedes, and Ed Calchelsa, all really good rivalries there. So it's going to be interesting again. Those are now going to be district games.
Yeah, I want to see right now who's going to have to rush and try to pick up new games, because last time we were here, Coach Gomez was from Harlingen was rushing to find games. I was just talking to Coach Cavazos from PSJ Memorial. He had to find games, and that's the thing. A lot of coaches are going to be rushing to find a suitable game, and it's not necessarily the best fit. It's more of, are you open that day? So it's like speed dating.
Yeah, it's always interesting, and we're going to have our, if we can get a shot, kind of Darren. Darren's working the camera here tonight, Darren Henderson. You can see all of the coaches are here, athletic directors, even a couple of superintendents I know. Saw one superintendent here, administrators. They're here to make sure that everything runs smoothly and to make all those schedules. You don't see all the coaches and athletic directors in a meeting like this. You do see them at district meetings. You might see them at coaching school. But here in the Rio Grande Valley, this is the one rare occurrence when all the coaches come together. You got basketball coaches, you have football coaches in here. So not only are they're getting business done, but they're also catching up, talking about the Super Bowl, and getting to know each other. Because also, if you ever need another job, or you get let go at one school district, you get picked up at another. So a lot of kind of stuff going on here at Region 1 in Edinburgh.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's a collection of assistant coaches, offensive coordinators, girls coordinators are all here.
Yeah.
And they all have a stake in this because, for a lot of these schools, they don't want to go with, they don't want to go with teams they're unfamiliar with. They kind of like the status quo. They want to, they want a powerful district. I know Coach Gomez, the last time we were here, was a little miffed that he was going to get stuck with the Brownsville schools, and he wanted a tough district like the old 31 5A, which was the Edinburghs and the PSJAs.
Sure.
But having said that, PSJAs are no longer all 5A, or it's going to be 6A.
Sure.
Some are going to stay 5A. So, and those are PSJ Southwest and PSJA. So the only two that are going to be moving up to the 6A ranks are PSJ North and PSJ Memorial. So it's going to be interesting to see who they go with.
And we're going to have 22 schools in the 6A district across the Rio Grande Valley. I'll go ahead and go through the 6A schools: Los Fresnos, Harlingen, San Benito, Hanna, Juarez Lincoln, Edinburgh North, Edinburgh Economides, Westlaco High, McAllen Memorial, La Jolla, Palmview, PSJ North, Harlingen South, Rivera, Brownsville Vets, Westlaco East, McAllen, Edinburgh, Rowe, Mission, Lopez, and PSJA Memorial. We did have a chance to talk to Coach Mike Uribe before it got kind of busy in here, and he let us know what his non-district schedule is right now. Of course, this is all tentative. Cal Allen again, LaFerre again, but this time they're going to add McAllen Rowe to that non-district schedule. And so once again, Mercedes is going to go with a tougher schedule on the non-district level like they usually do. In their scrimmages, they're going to take on Harlingen, and they'll take on Port Isabel as well. So Mercedes has always done this since Michael Uribe has taken over. He's gone with a pretty tough non-district schedule to get his for the district season and the playoff run.
Yeah, right now you look around, and there's coaches that are looking at jockey for position too, because they're kind of hoping to lose some games that they probably didn't want to play this year, and so they're looking around. And I've talked to a couple already. They're looking to find another game to play if they can. Trying to get out of a contract. Hopefully that team's in their district, and it's going to be a nice. It's going to be nice to see the politicking here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what can you do for me, and I'll help you later, or stuff like that. Interesting what happened with Villa High School in Edinburgh. They were going to move up to the new 6A division. They were going to petition for that. Then decided to stay down. And then talking to Coach Mike Salinas and everything, he says, it's just going to gives our team a better chance to compete in the new 5A division instead of moving up to 6A. And their numbers say they should be down at the 5A level.
Yeah, and their numbers are. The talent-wise, they're well above the other two Edinburgh schools in Economies and Edinburgh High. But numbers-wise, they're not. But I guess it's a little surprising because financially, a lot of the times the districts like to stay with in the same classification,
sure.
and which that's not really the case with Vela.
Yeah, absolutely. You stay. It's easier to travel and all that sort of thing. When you're with your own
school district
and stuff like that. But yeah, you go to the 4A level or you go down to the 5A level from the 6A level. It's going to be a little bit better to compete as far as that's concerned. But they do have the talent for all that stuff. So as far as the rest of the districts are concerned, 4A, you're going to have two 4As. You're going to have 4A Division 1 and 4A Division 2. 4A is going to be Grulla, Hidalgo, and La Feria. And then you're going to have in 4A Division 2, Port Isabel, Rojando, Raymondville, and Progreso. So they're going to be smaller once again. It's just like the old 3A division.
Yeah.
Same thing.
What I think we're going to have to see is I've spoken to Carl Padilla from the Padilla poll, and he's told me that he's looking at two 7-team 6A districts and one 8-team. The question is, who's going where? Because there's been talk that some, like the La Joyas, could stay with the Edinburghs, and then they're going to add, possibly two more. But if you look at that, it's a very weak district.
You say two 6As? You say two 6A districts?
No, sorry, it's supposed to be three.
Three 6As.
Two 7As and one 8. So, I like to think that the Edinburghs, from what Carl Padilla's told me, is that Edinburgh, three Edinburgh schools, Edinburgh North, Edinburgh Economies, and Edinburgh High, will be joining Far North, PSJ Memorial, and the two Westlicos.
Good morning, everybody.
And it looks like we're about to begin.
All right.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to Region 1. It's a pleasure for Region 1 to host this important event. I'm Dr. Cornelio Gonzalez, Executive Director of Region 1. It is an honor for us to have you here. It's a pleasure to serve you, and we thank you for this opportunity and welcome you to our offices and to your home, Region 1. And we have a couple of instructions before we start. We know that we have to open the boxes at exactly 9 a.m. And therefore, I have invited the only superintendent I could get a hand on, Dr. Herrera, to help us, Dr. Alejandro, I'm sorry, sir. You already changed your name. To open the box at 9, and we have a couple of instructions. UIL has sent us, first they sent us the box with the basic information that you're about to receive, and then later on they sent us a correction, an added page that you're going to receive too. So when you pick up your packet, make sure that you get both of them. There's an addendum or a correction to one of the pages in this packet that you have to replace with a page on the other packet. And we're going to open this at exactly 9, and our ladies here are going to help us distribute the packets. They're going to take them along the front so you can go and approach them. We're going to have several points of distribution, not a single point. Any other superintendents in attendance? At exactly 9, we're all going to open the box. Thank you, and good luck to everybody.
All right, so
We're about 3 minutes away.
This is kind of like the Super Bowl of realignment here.
Yeah, it's like the NBA draft lottery.
Yeah,
And
a lot of rules. We got a
Yeah.
superintendent here, Dr. Alejandro from Westlaco ISD is going to be opening up the box. And this comes all the way from UIL, comes from Austin, and this is done at regions all across the state of Texas. There's one in San Antonio, there's one out in the, of course, West Texas area. In the Austin, there's another region out there. So this is all the high school coaches, football coaches, basketball coaches are also here, because this could affect them as well.
Yeah, and I want to see, right now, you're going to see like Coach Oribe right now. He's already pretty got his schedule set, but I'd like to see right now, I want to see a wrench thrown into the mix here, because, there's probably a team that he thinks he's playing in during the district, and they're probably going to leave.
Well, he's talking to Coach Monty Stumbaugh right now, making sure that he can go ahead and keep that, Port Isabel team in that non-district schedule once again. So he's over there talking a little
We've
bit.
got Coach Stumball right now on the monitor. Yeah, class act. I mean, the guy's funny too. That's one thing you're going to see right now. A lot of coaches, jockeying with each other, or giving them crap. It's one of those nice little events. It's as politically incorrect as possible, but you're staying inside the lines too.
Absolutely. Just to finish up here, the 3A Division 1, they got two 3A divisions and one 2A division. 3A Division 1 is going to be Lyford and Santa Rosa, and then 3A Division 2 is going to be Monte Alto, and then 2A is going to be La Villa. And that'll be it. So we, once again, waiting for 5 o'clock. There is a line of people. We have Alex Peña over there who's going to grab one of the packets and bring it to us, and then open it up, and he can go ahead and. There's going to be a lot of paper to read. There's going to be a pack of about 10 sheets in there, and there's already going to be one correction because they already made that announcement. But it happens right at 9 o'clock. Yeah,
and it didn't help that last week was when it came down that Vela was going to be moving down to or staying down in 5A. So that kind of threw everything into a loop too, because when you look at it was supposed to be two 8-team districts for 6A plus a 7, and this one kind of threw it off a little bit. So now coaches have to actually look for a game. From what I heard, that Vela was trying to get the Edinburgh schools
Please
to still
approach the front. We're going to take the documents to you as soon as we get them out of the box. Okay.
Yeah.
Donald's coming this way.
Yeah, they're going to have
It's almost 9.
I don't think anybody's listening.
Yeah.
But
Waiting for the exact time to happen.
no, but what happened with Vela was they were trying to get the other Edinburgh schools to kind of keep them on the schedule. But if you look at it, it doesn't really do them any service to play a 5A team that could possibly beat them right now. Because Vela's very talented. It's a very talented team. So why keep them on? If you're a 6A team, you're going to look bad. If you beat them, you're supposed to beat them. And if you lose to them, it's an upset. Either way, it's a no-win situation for the 6As.
Thank you so much.
So right now, I know that Vela was trying to get the other Edinburgh schools to play them, but I don't know if that's going to be the case today.
All right, so here we go. It's 9 o'clock, so they will be opening the box from UIL in Austin and then distributing the packets to reporters, to coaches, administrators, so everyone can see where they're going to line up. Okay. Online where? Well,
Hey, can you put your muscles away, please?
all right, so we're going to go on the UIL website. For those of you guys at home who are have a computer, you can probably go to the UIL website. I went to it earlier this morning. They said it was going to be down for most of the morning, but some of the coaches are on the UIL website, and they either that or they got an email. So let's see what we got here.
No, that's Tony.
You got anything coming up in the UIL? You got it? All right, why don't you go ahead and bring this in here so we can share with our viewers and see what we got here. Alex, have a seat. Tell us what you got. You read that okay? Hey, move over. Take.
Basketball, we're going football or basketball?
All right, let's go with.
Let me have one of those. Here we go. I'll get one of these real quick. All right, taking a look at the new district realignment. Region 1, Region 4.
Official football and basketball realignment. Okay. Let's start with the Let's start with District 31 5A.
Okay.
We've got Alex. Who do we got in that district?
31-5A, we got Edinburgh Vela, who was the wild card. They are, when they absorbed a lot of the Edinburgh High population, many thought they would be in the upper echelon with 6A, but they gave them that option to either go 5A or 6A. You got Sherryland, who stays 5A, even though it's the new 4A. Mission Veterans Memorial, so you're going to see that little rivalry start to emerge. Valley View stays there. It seems weird saying far Valley View. It's Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and of course the newly established Sherryland Pioneers. So to reiterate, in our district 31 5A in football is Edinburgh Vela, Mission Sherryland, Mission Veterans Memorial, the Patriots, Valley View Tigers, Rio Grande City Rattlers, Roma Gladiators, and Sherryland Pioneers. So it's a new district per se. So I like all these districts. They're brand new. So we're going to see a lot of rivalries emerge and a lot of rivalries split up.
Okay, let's move on to 32-5A, and I'll go ahead and take that. 32-5A is going to be Brownsville Pace, Brownsville Porter, Donna North, Ed Calchelsa, Mercedes, PSJA, and PSJA Southwest. So that's going to be an 8-team 5A district. Once again, Brownsville Pace, Brownsville Porter, Donna North, Ed Calchelsa, Mercedes, PSJA, and PSJA Southwest. So that's going to be the 5A district of the Rio Grande Valley. 2 5A districts. Let's move on to 6A. Jake?
All right, what we got for 6A is, here's the one that a lot of people were wondering what was going to happen between the 30s and the 31s. It looks like the La Joyas, all three La Joyas, La Jolla Juarez-Lincoln, La Jolla Palmview, and the McAllens are going to stay together, and they're going to add Mission. So they're going to add Mission. And we've got an addendum, by the way. We could be a little bit wrong on the district thinking map. But it's a very interesting one because we were wondering where the La Joyas were going to go and where the McAllens were going to go. They're going to stay right next to each other.
All right, taking a look at the... see any difference there from the...
Where's that?
The insert that they gave us?
Looking right now.
So for 35A, you kind of go back 4 or 5 years ago when we had all the La Jolla schools, all the McAllen schools. Mission moves up to 6A again. And aside from Sherryland and maybe Donna, you get that old 35A feel with the McAllens. We had Harris, Littleton, Gary Lauer, and
most of those guys were going now. So
yeah.
But it's weird though because really it's a very the powerhouse for football is going to reside still in McAllen. Mm-hmm. There's no real challenge to the McAllen schools. I hate to say that, but
well, yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, the Edinburgh schools, PSJ, the 2 PSJ 6A schools, and the 2 Westlaco schools.
So it looks like Carl Padilla was right on that one. He thought that the Edinburghs were going to go with the FARs, the two 6A FARs, and the 2 6A Westlacos, and that's what we've got there. Here's an interesting thing. Did we say Roma yet?
Yeah, Roma is
5A.
in 5A. Roma's in there with the Rio Grande City, Sherryland Pioneers, Sherryland, Valley View.
My bad. I was just looking at Coach Habecker. I was like, hey, where are they at? But yeah, the 31 5As go pretty much to plan as far as what Carl Padilla had predicted. But the 32s, Alex, tell us about the 32s.
32, a lot of discussion between the Brownsville schools, who would move up, who would stay. Brownsville, Hanna, Lopez, Rivera, and Mission Veterans Memorial. So the Chargers stay up there. Harlingen South, Los Fresnos, and San Benito. So you got the Battle de Arroyo actually counting in district this time.
Probably better off for them too.
Yeah.
But and it's a little bit weird because there's Spencer Gant's not here. We've got a couple coaches a couple spots that haven't been filled. Sherry Pioneers don't have a head coach, so Coach Thompson is pretty much going to be leading the charge to find their schedule. Even though I'd assume that Coach Ron Adame would love to pick their schedule for them. They'd be playing Harlingen, Cibolo Steel.
Week 1 and a week 2 game. Harlingen High is looking for a week 1 and a week 2 game.
And that was Coach Randy Creeders, and starting out the speed dating.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like a little bit like speed dating. Okay, who takes me in for week 1, week 2? And that's what I was talking with PSJ Bears coach Marroquin right now, that you weren't really sure if you were going to get 2 5A districts, 3 5A districts, and if that was the case, if you had 4 or 5 team districts, that would have opened the possibility for 5 non-district teams in the schedule, and that would have kind of been like a 3A schedule. But when you look at the new 6A, it's going to be a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 non-district games. And you're gonna have to fill them up with those 4 non-district schedule.
I was kind of hoping in the 5As, formerly the 4As, I was kind of hoping to see. I really wanted to see Ed Couch with the powerhouses. I wanted them with Sherryland. I wanted them with Mercedes. I wanted them with Vela. I wanted the Mission Vets with them. We didn't really get that with this. I kind of wanted that. I kind of wanted a little bit. It's nice that they kept Ed Couch and Mercedes together, but I kind of wanted. I wanted to still see them play Roma Rio somehow.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's going to be it was divided because of the way the valley is structured, the way it's all built up, and I think that's why it was broken up that way. You got one side of the valley on, taking on the west side, and then the rest from the east. So you're going to have the Brownsville schools, Pace and Porter, with the 2 Donna schools, Ed Couch, Chelsea Mercedes, PSJ Southwest, and PSJA High School. So that's going to be the 32 5A, and 31 5A is going to be Vela, Sherryland, Mission Veterans, Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and Sherryland Pioneer. Let me go ahead and go over them all once again, just in case you're tuning in late. 31 5A is going to be Edinburgh Vela, Mission Sherryland, Mission Veterans Memorial, PSJA, I'm sorry, not PSJA, Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and Sherryland Pioneer. In 32 5A, Brownsville Pace, Brownsville Porter, Donna North, Ed Couch, Chelsea Mercedes, PSJA, and PSJ Southwest. In District 36A, you're going to have the La Jolla schools, La Jolla, Waters, Lincoln, and Palmview, McCallum Memorial, Row, and Mission. In 31 6A, Edinburgh, Economides, Edinburgh North, PSJ Memorial, PSJ North, Westlaco, and Westlaco East. And 32 6A, Hannah, Lopez, Rivera, all those Brownsville schools, Brownsville Veterans, Harlingen, South Los Fresnos, and San Benito.
Is there a district here that you guys look at and go, not that great?
Not that great?
I mean, I'm looking at 35A, and I'm going, I don't want to say it to these teams, but it doesn't wow me. Okay, not like the old 31 5A last year or the year before, but
1 or week 4?
Again, you go back to the 32-5A is going to be a good district. If you take a look, and already I can see the predictions coming down for the playoffs for 32-5A. And of course, this is some of the old 5A.
The history of the Bears, and last year they had one of those phenomenal years. Unfortunately, they come up short in that regular season finale against the Mustangs, but they. Their quarterback Jules Navarro, they had in a sophomore quarterback playing in there, but you look at it's going to be very difficult to have just two PAJ schools in separate districts. And you look at what I call, when I would broadcast the games for PAJ, we call the Bears the mothership because it was the first school. So it's going to be weird having the mothership of the district in sub 6A.
Yeah.
You got the Raiders, of course, with a new coach, and you got Coach Cavazos with Memorial also and it's also kind of moving around, kind of get some schedule going. That's what these coaches are doing right now.
Yeah, you're right. It's weird seeing the PSAs like the way they are now.
La Gloria High School, week 6.
Here's my question: do they have to play each other? The question is,
In non-district.
do they have to play with each other in non-district? Because right now, I mean, there's some talk right now. I see Coach Joaquin Escobar, the new head coach of Edinburgh, Jake is what he likes to be called. He's talking with Michael Salinas right now, and I think they want to put a game together. Looks like Coach Stumbaugh is very happy right now. No, he's not very happy.
He's delighted.
Yeah. So he's not happy with his situation. So, it's interesting because I like to find out right now. I guess we need to start bringing some coaches in and finding out how they feel about this. But they're busy right now jockeying for their position and the scheduling.
I think one of the tougher districts that is going to be 31-5A. I'm looking at the two 5A districts. They both look to be pretty packed, but look at 31-5A. Vela's going to be good. They could have been a 6A team. They're down to 5A. They're going to be good. Sharyland's going to be good. They're not going to be as good as last year because they're breaking up. You got two new schools, but Sharyland's going to be tough. Veterans is always in the mix. You got David Gilpin in there. He's always doing a good job with his players. Then you got Rio Grande City. They're a team that went to the playoffs last year. Roma's going to be much improved. Coach Hallbecker, they've been knocking on the door for so many years. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools out of that 7 district that can be competing for those 4 district spots. So I think that's going to be another very good district, a very competitive district when we start doing our games next year and we're looking.
And you have to look at.
Tough.
And you have to look at.
We're good.
So yeah, I think that one 31-5A is going to be pretty. Going to be another good district as well. 31 and 32-5A both are going to be tough districts.
You have to look at when they do the splitting to see which kids go to Pioneer and which kids stay at Sharyland. Sharyland, of course, we know is a powerhouse in Texas State athletics. So you have to see which of the playmakers go to Pioneer because that's going to be a rivalry. As we said, this district realignment, what it does is it creates rivalries and it divides rivalries. Last year, 2 years ago, we had Westlaco schools pitting them against each other for the first time in school history.
Yeah.
You had Donna splitting that rivalry with Westlaco, and you had San Benito and Harlingen divided, and now you bring a lot of these rivalries back together. It's going to be interesting that Sharyland Pioneer, Sharyland High School rivalry, see what ensues at Rattler Stadium. And are they going to change the name from Rattler Stadium?
They'll probably call it Rattler. What is the new mascot of the Pioneers?
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Diamondbacks.
So it'll be Rattler Diamondback Stadium probably. That's what they do in Edinburgh. They call it Cat Stadium.
Cat Stadium, yeah.
Snake Stadium.
Snake
Serpent.
Den, yeah.
The pit.
So we got a bunch of coaches that are here around, but they're still talking. We'll be bringing in a couple of coaches here in a little bit to see how things are going to shape up for them and where they're going to line up. So we'll be bringing them in here in just a little bit. But right now, once again, Jake's going to be posting the realignments on 956sports.com, so you can take a look and you can see for yourself what is going on. Make sure the cable is in there, Darren. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, and right now, we're at Region 1, right next to the University of Texas Pan American, and we are. You'll be able to go online right now and see. I posted a number of realignments, the new district realignments, and you'll be able to pull those up. We've got all the way up to 31 6As up right now, and we're getting the rest of them up as we speak.
All right, if you look at the 6A schools now, the 36A schools, McAllen Memorial, and Rowe, those are going to be your favorites right there in 36A. In the La Jolla schools, they're going to be kind of rebuilding and stuff. Mission, we'll see what Mission has to offer. But in 36A, how do you see that 36A shaping up, Alex? Take a look at your 36A, your La Jolla schools with your McAllen schools and that one Mission school.
Like I said, when I played back in 2006, we had the three McAllen schools, Mission, Sharyland, Rio Grande City, and what we call La Jolla University. So when you split them up, La Jolla none of the La Jolla schools have been able to go back to the playoffs since they split. We'll have to see what the format is now with how many teams going to the playoffs. It's a six-team district. So are they going to go back to 3 spots? Is it going to be 4 spots? We'll have to see how UIL aligns that. But I think the front runner right now in the district looks to be the Mustangs. They, with Rowe graduating a lot of their players.
Sure.
Mackay, they have Hover back. They have, I think Ricky Rodriguez also coming back, and you got their head coach also coming back after 1 year of experience under his belt. They made the playoffs, knocked down the first round by Rivera. But you look at that 35A. You look at Mackay, Memorial, Mission, who might sneak in there as a 6A school now, which is going to be kind of odd because they kind of bounce back and forth from 5A to 4A, now 6A.
All right. Let's look at 31-5A now. You got Edinburgh Economides, Edinburgh North, PSJ Memorial, PSJ North, Weslaco, and Weslaco. I mean, Edinburgh North, they graduated a lot of seniors, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Off of that team.
Yeah.
You know the Edinburgh scores pretty well, but you're going to have the 3 Edinburgh schools, 2 Memorial schools, and Weslaco schools. So they kind of split up. It's kind of like a mix between 31-5A and 35A, that new 31-6A.
Yeah, the Edinburgh schools. I'll be honest with you. The most talented team coming back was going to be Vela. I mean, as far as talent-wise, they were a very young team last year. A lot of juniors, and now you look at it, and they're not in that district. So, I think 30.
Pioneer High is looking for week 3.
I think 31-6A is in a.
Pioneer High.
I think Weslaco's in a good spot. I think if Weslaco can't win in this new district, I don't know who can. How you doing, Coach Valdez?
Yeah, we got to remember we're not just talking football here; we're talking basketball as well. But just at first glance, 31-6A, Edinburgh Economides, Edinburgh North, Weslaco, and Weslaco East. To me, those look like the top 4 teams in 31-6A.
Yeah,
just based on tradition there.
Yeah.
And what happened last year. I don't even know who's coming back yet. I haven't checked the JV schedule or anything like that. But, as far as my top 4, that's my top 4 in 31-5A.
Yeah, and
31-6A.
31-6A. Yeah, we got to remember the 6 and the 5. It's all messed up now. But all right, we're back up on the web again. We were, but for some reason there was a minor loss of power there at YouTube, I guess.
Basketball coach, you got Gabe Valdez. You had the Donna coach Hernandez, Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke, he was here, and you look at all the other sports, and I've never had a chance to been here at a UIO realignment, but you have all the media outlets bringing out their top guns, and I just wonder, you got everybody coming in, every coach, couple coaches from basketball, and you have some out of valley coaches. You got the Tigres football coach from Monterrey. You had the Laredo coach also, and they're just it's kind of a disarray right now. Everybody's just scrambling around. You had Sharyland Pioneer right now that had to be looking for a week 3 opponent.
So, for baseball, that's a good situation for them. Because West go East, they are known really for their baseball programs. Basketball, it's still a strong district, but it's not like it has been. So,
and you look at Edinburgh Vela, the girls, they're going to be in 4A now.
Yeah.
5A, excuse me. We got to get out of the mentality. It's no more 4A, it's 5A now.
Yeah. But yeah, Vela, if you're looking basketball-wise, Vela's in a look, let's be realistic. Every year, Roma's the best basketball team in that district for boys basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They just are.
Oh, yeah.
So basketball-wise, Roma will be fine. Rio will be fine in that district. Sherryland's going to be fine.
Coach Hobbecker, sit down right here for a second and give us a quick little interview. All right, we're going to bring in Coach Max Hobbecker from Roma. All right, Coach.
Gentlemen. Oh, where am I looking? I'm looking at the camera or looking at Joe?
It doesn't matter.
Right here. Coach, so congratulations. You get to stay in the Valley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're excited about it. The district looks good. It's going to be real competitive.
What do you think of the district so far?
I think it's going to be real competitive, man. I mean, I can see a lot of good teams, and it's going to be strong from top to bottom.
Yeah. Well, we already made our predictions, and we got you in the playoffs.
All right, man. That's awesome.
So congratulations. No, it's going to be very competitive. I mean, you got Vela, you got Sherryland, Mission Veterans with Coach Gilpin.
Yes, sir.
Rio Grande City and Roma. I mean, those are basically the top teams that we have in that district so far.
But you can't sleep on anyone, though, man. Valley View was young last year, and they're going to come back with a lot of firepower. And Edinburgh Vela is coming down from 5A. They're playing a good level competition. And I think everybody in the district is going to have a good shot. It's going to be wide open.
What's your take on that? Because you guys, I don't think you guys really thought Vela was going to be in the mix.
Actually, I predicted it was going to be Valley View and Vela with us.
Oh, really?
So I made our schedule around it, and everything worked out for us. Thank God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. So what do you have coming back for next year? As far as your team?
Well, we got a good group of receivers coming back, and our quarterback's back. He started for us for 2.5 years now. A lot of experience. We got 3 guys on the offensive line back, some guys on defense. So we got some pieces for the puzzle, man.
So do you like your team as far as the way this district shapes out? Is your team built for this district, or was it more for the last district with the Ed Couches and Mercedes?
No, I think it's going to be very similar as far as the type of offenses and defenses we're going to face. We've done our homework on it, and obviously Sherryland's going to be a different type of challenge. Mission Veterans is Coach Gilpin's done a tremendous job of lining it up there, man, and he's winning from top to bottom. So I think we'll be ready for it, though.
I think defensively, you guys are going to be ready.
Yes, sir.
You're going to face a passing league. You faced Mission Veterans last year, of course, in the district. Mercedes, a lot of passing. I think you guys are going to be ready for the new 31-5A district. The big question, I think, for Roma next year is how do you replace Orly Solis?
Well, you don't replace Orly Solis, man. It's just what we're going to do is going to be a little different. Our personnel is different. Last year was last year, and this year we gotta change it up. You know what I mean? Different type of kids. We're still gonna do, as far as our philosophy is still gonna be the same. We're gonna try and go out there and physically outman people. Right? That's what we're gonna try and do.
Absolutely.
The way we do it is gonna be a little different, but our philosophy is still our philosophy.
Sure. You've always had a good offensive line, a tough offensive line.
Yes, sir.
And then you have that one feature running back.
Right.
Orly's been the guy the past few years. Do you have someone who's going to be able to step up? Are you looking at a couple of other guys? Anyone?
Yeah, right now it's a wide open competition, which I think is a good thing, because I'm keeping those guys hungry and they're motivated, and nobody's given any spots.
Right.
And in any position that we have, nobody's giving any spots. So it's good. Right now we got a lot of competition going on, and the kids are working hard.
And one thing about Roma, they always come out and play hard. I know y'all travel.
Yes, sir.
You have to travel very, very far. When you're coming from Roma all the way to Mercedes. I was at that Mercedes game, the basketball game, just this past Friday.
Yeah, it was a great one.
Good crowd on hand.
Yes, sir.
Coach did a tremendous job. The basketball team came back and won that game, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And the Roma boys have always played really, really tough football, and that's in part, to your hard work over there.
Well, thank you very much. There's no doubt. You can't doubt our kids' grit and their guts.
Absolutely.
To come out and play week in and week out. Without a doubt, man, our kids are tough, and they're mentally tough, and they get after it.
We talked a little bit about Orly before this broadcast got started. He's not. You don't think he's going to play at the next level?
As of right now, I don't think he's going to do it. We've had some conversations about it. It's all in his hands.
Yeah.
I want him to do what's best for him, whether it's going on and playing or not going on and playing. I want him to be happy, and I want him to make a decision from his heart.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be, I told him that if people judge him for not going, they're wrong. Because they don't know what's best for Orly. Only Orly knows what's best for Orly.
Sure. And he's a smart kid.
That's right.
He's an honor student. So,
Yes, sir.
I mean, whatever he decides to do in life, he's going to be successful.
He's going to be successful in whatever he does. And I told him that he gave his heart for the program and for the city. And I can't ask him to go do something he doesn't want to do. It's got to come from him.
You got another player who might sign, Ovidio?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me a little bit about him.
Right now, he's got 3 offers on the table. University of Texas El Paso, UTEP, Kingsville, and Blinn Junior College. And he's taking some recruiting trips, and this week he's going to make his final decision. Good thing is that he's going to get his education paid for.
Absolutely.
It's going to be free, you know what I'm saying? And that's my main priority. He's going to get his education paid for, and that's all I can ask for. As far as the football, he's going to make his decision where he wants to play.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach
All right,
Max
gentlemen,
Halbecker.
thank you so much for having me, man.
All right. Thanks for being here. Good luck. All right. So that was Coach Max Halbecker from the Roma Gladiators playing in the new district. The new district there is going to be the 31 5A district. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking at something right now. They've got, for 32 4A, basketball. I was looking at the basketball alignment. The basketball and the football alignment are way different. If you look at it, for basketball, they're going to be playing Hidalgo, La Feria, PI, Progreso, Raymondville, La Grulla, Rio Hondo, Zapata. It's a huge district. But what we didn't see was that their football one is actually very small. It's 6 teams strong, and it's West Oso, Orange Grove, Port Isabel, Progreso, Raymondville, and Rio Hondo. So 2 contrasting districts right there.
Absolutely. So what you're going to have there is you're going to have some teams that are going to have to go up to the Corpus Christi area to play basketball. So that's going to be interesting there for that new 4A. Is it 16 4A?
It is 16 4A, yeah.
That's the district that I played in back in the
2?
80s.
Yeah.
It was called 16 4A, so that's interesting. 16 4A making a way back to the Rio Grande Valley.
Let me grab some more coaches to come on over.
All right. All right, so here we are at the district realignment, and we are efforting to get some more interviews for you right now, but it's going to be interesting. Once again, the 35A, they're up on our on our website. You can take a look at those, but definitely going to be interesting. You got the La Jolla school districts along with the McAllen school districts and Mission in that 36A. In 31 6A, you got the Edinburgh schools with PSJA and PSJA North. Remember, PSJA is going to be playing at the in 5A division, and Westlaco and Westlaco East. So we still have some coaches that are coming around. How you doing, Coach?
Good.
Interesting
How are
morning
you?
to you.
All right, Coach, tell me, it's not the same district anymore.
No, they added the 2 Corpus schools for us, Orange Grove and West Oso, so it's going to be an interesting season for us. Orange Grove was the district champion in their district last year, and then PI was ours, so we've got some work to do.
How does this district shape up? I mean, do you know anything about West Oso?
Yeah, actually, we've seen film on them because we play teams that have played them, so Orange Grove has a really good quarterback coming back. He was a sophomore this last year. So we know that about them, and we know West Oso loves to run the ball. They run the nasty slot, so we know really what to look forward to.
Now, how does this district compare to the last district you were in? Because, I mean, that one, you had some traveling, but you didn't have to go to Corpus.
Right. Last year we were lucky. I think the furthest school we had was Hidalgo. Now we're going to have to go to Corpus once or twice, I guess, but it's just football. Our basketball district,
it's a huge one.
Yeah, it's a huge one. We had 8 teams in it, so we'll do a little bit of traveling also because we have I think we stayed in there with Zapata, we got Grulla, so we got some traveling to do.
So you're spending money then?
Oh yeah, we're going to spend money in the basketball program also. So, but football-wise, I think everything's fine. We ended up with one more team than we had last year, which having those small 5-team district, you play 4 games, kind of tough.
Yeah.
You know, you got no room for error. So having one more game, I think, is going to be beneficial for our district.
Right now, I mean, I know you probably say Rio Hondo is, but who's the front runner for this district for you?
I really don't know. I know PI graduated a lot of kids. I really don't know what Orange Grove and West Oso have coming back except for that quarterback. So I don't know. I think it's going to be up in the air and see who comes back off this off season in shape and ready to play.
Coach, your non-district schedule, who do you have on your non-district schedule right now?
I've got week 1 Santa Rosa, 2 Juarez Lincoln, 3 Sinton, 4 Hidalgo, and 5 Gruya. So I got a good non-district schedule. Sinton's going to be great this next year also. They went 5 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
And last year we lost by a touchdown to them. So we were playing up and down football last year. So hopefully we can get that corrected and win a district title.
What kind of team do you have coming back next year? Talk to me
I
about
was
your
very
team.
young, so I got a very good team coming back. So I think with that, I knew this last year coming into this season I was going to be very young. So we played up and down football. So this next year I'm looking for better things.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Anything else, Jake?
No, well, who'd you pick last night?
I was going for Denver,
Okay.
but I knew Seattle had a really good defense, and defense wins those big games, and it showed last night.
All right.
I appreciate it, Coach.
No
Thank
problem.
you very much,
Thank
Coach
you.
Rocky
Y'all
James,
take care.
Real Hondo High School.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and go get some more coaches here, see if we can bring some more in here for our broadcast. And that was Coach Rocky James of Real Hondo. And still, once again, coaches trying to get everything together, trying to get their non-district schedule. I see some more coaches over here from West Loco East trying to get their schedule together and trying to knock it out and talk to some of their players. I mean, not some of their players, rather, but some of their other coaches, their assistant coaches, and see if they can get some of that non-district schedule all worked out. So we'll be working on that here. Several coaches are still here. Some of them have already left the building as they have already got all their, got their non-district schedule squared away, and they've gotten everything signed up. I know some of the, what will happen as well is some of these districts will get together, and they will come in here and they will have a district meeting. Mike, can we get a quick little interview with you? 5 minutes, okay. All right, sounds good. So we're trying to get a couple of more coaches in here to talk to us. AD, you've got some ADs coming from La Jolla now. All right, Coach. So tell us a little bit of what do you think about La Jolla school districts?
Well, we were we're in a good district. Good district either way. It would have ended up for us. The Edinburghs or the McAllens. The competition level is definitely there every Friday night, football, every Tuesdays and Fridays in the other sports. So, we rejoined with the McAllen schools. We've been with them for a long time. We separated for 2 years, and we feel good. We feel optimistic about that. The friendly rivalries will be there.
Sure.
Our kids will definitely have the same opportunities to shine. So we're excited about it.
Now, not just looking at football though.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Baseball's good.
Let's be realistic. You lost Sherryland, Edinburgh North's not in the mix anymore. So you guys become almost the powerhouses for baseball though.
Well, you can say that if you want to look at it that way, but I don't want to undermine anybody. We don't want to undermine student athletes by no means. We definitely feel optimistic about it. You still got. You got to line up every day. You got to line up before every game. You still got to be mentally prepared, and it just gives us better opportunities there. Yes, it does.
Because it looks really nice. I mean, soccer looks like it's a very favorable district for soccer also. Because you guys always have strong soccer, baseball program, and your football programs are coming back.
They're coming around, yes, and expectations definitely will are there. The coaches, they've been working hard. We had a rough year this year, I can tell you that. But looking at the numbers, they've grown. Looking at setting those expectations, and the coaches, Palmy getting a new coach, and although he came from within, gives them a new look, a different look. And the kids are working hard at all three campuses, and we'll be ready to go.
Anything in the mix as far as I know there's some other positions like volleyball. Did volleyball get filled yet, or
La Jolla volleyball is still open, and we're still searching, trying to search for the right person that can adapt to our kids and fit to the needs of the kids. Volleyball, as you know, it's a tough district.
Yeah, it is.
It is a very tough district, and most of those girls' sports are tough. But like I said, I'm very high on our kids and our student athletes, and we're definitely getting better.
So, as far as how do you see yourself as far as this district compared to the last district? I mean, well, financially it's a little bit better, right? You don't have to travel as far.
We don't travel that far. One of the other ones, you don't want to leave them out. The Mission School District, the Eagles are there, and we've played them at different sports this year, and they've been tough. So, like you say, the travel itself. 15 miles, 20 miles down the road, expressway, it definitely helps out. It helps out for our kids. It helps out for transportation.
Now, was there any scare that you might have to go to Laredo, or because there was a rumor that there was going to be a possibility of you traveling that way?
There was a rumor, and one of the things that I told, and I kept on telling my guys, and even when I was asked, one of the things is the fact that we never, you never know what's going to happen with UIL. So it doesn't matter what you draw up, how many plans, how many scenarios, you never know. It never crossed my mind, really. I really thought it would be us and the Edinburghs, us and McAllens. I wouldn't be surprised if it would have been any kind of 8. Anything other than that would have been that would have been the two possibilities for us. So we'd never planned for Laredo. UIL does take into consideration, by most part, travel.
Yeah,
they do. So that helped us out.
All right, now you're a former baseball guy. How do you see your baseball teams? They're starting up this week as far as their live games.
What I hear, we got a lot of kids back. 2 out of the 3 schools are very confident in the fact with the number of returning lettermen, and we have a new coach up at the Juarez Lincoln, Coach Osuna, and just trying to develop that program, continue developing the program, and getting those kids prepared and ready to play some ball.
I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for letting us bother you today.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All
We'll
right.
see you guys.
All right, let's bring in another coach here. You say coach, and everyone turns around like, Coach, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And they all
Just
turn
like
around.
spies like us, Doctor.
They all turn around. Coach Michael Riven now from the Mercedes Tigers. Coach, first of all, your non-district schedule, is it still the same, Cal Allen, Rowan, LaFeria?
Yes, sir. Yes,
awesome.
sir.
Awesome. So tell us your impressions so far of the new district that you're going to be in 32-5A. Brownsville Pace, Brownsville Porter, Donna North, Ed Cal Chelsea Mercedes, PSJA, and PSJ Southwest.
Well, the bringing in of Donna and PSJ, 2 powerhouse tradition schools, are obviously going to make our district continue to be challenging. So we know we're going to have our work cut out for us, but we accept the challenge with open arms.
Well, we've already made our predictions for 32-5A, and you're in the playoffs. Congratulations.
Oh, great. Appreciate it.
We got Donna, Ed Cal Chelsea Mercedes, and PSJA. That's, of course, just at first glance, those look like the 4 top teams in the district, but anything goes.
I thought the Broncos were going to win last night.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise as well. But talk to me a little bit about, your team coming back next year. Of course, you got your big quarterback coming back. Roy got to see a couple other players.
We have all our secondary coming back, 3 of our 4 receivers coming back, plus our quarterback and a running back that did split time with Gilbert Vela last year, our senior running back. So we know we have some tools to work with. We still got to develop our offensive line and kind of maintain the progress with those skill kids that we've been working on all offseason.
Pretty much going to run the same type of offense? Are you going to?
I feel that with more experience, because we were very young last year, with more experience, we'll be able to continue running the same scheme, but obviously build on it.
Okay. Jake?
So from what I'm gathering, you said that Mercedes is going to win the district and nobody else stands a chance.
No, I never said that.
No. Hey, seriously, though, you don't have to travel as far. I mean, you got to go to Brownsville. But, I mean, you're already in the Mid-Valley. But you don't have to travel. You're not doing the Roma jaunt. You're not doing the Rio jaunt this year.
Right.
Is this is it beneficial for you not to have to travel as far?
Obviously traveling does play a role in our preparation and the day of the game. However, we're very fortunate down here compared to some of those West and North Texas schools. So, I'm not going to sit there and say one thing's better than the other, because I know we have a good situation.
Now, here's my question. What do you have coming back as far as returning lettermen, returning starters?
Offensively, Rini Press is our quarterback that did a really good job stepping in for Isaiah at the beginning of the year with the unfortunate accident. He really exceeded our expectations as far as the maturity. We feel now with all the mental work that he's getting, hopefully he'll improve on last year's performance. Plus, Josh Garza was our leading receiver. And we also had Daniel Martinez, our second leading receiver. Those two guys are coming back. Roel Garcia has been starting for us at the secondary as a sophomore and as a junior, and we utilized him last year and offensively well. Was very explosive offensively, so we plan on increasing his role offensively as well as being our catalyst on defense. So with all those guys coming back, we feel that we really have to focus on our trenches, our offensive defensive line, because we feel that we have the weapons both on offense and defensively with our skill kids, and now we just got to make sure that we secure where all the meat happens, which is in the trenches.
Now, I look at it, I guess I look at it from the basketball side and stuff like that, but when you look at this district, are you better off than you were last year? I mean, as far as, I don't want to say, look, nobody wants to overlook anybody, but is this a better district than last year as far as your opportunity to make the playoffs?
I haven't been in this business very long, but long enough to say making predictions is not very smart, a smart practice.
Okay. Well, I'll be confident enough to say for you, though, that this district, we think, it looks good for Mercedes. It looks good for Ed Couch, Donna, right now. Not sure about Donna North, but it looks very favorable.
It's balanced.
I'm going to do everything I can to control what I can control, which is to make the best out of the Mercedes Tigers that I can and reach our utmost potential.
Where are you playing Row this year? Are you going to play at Row?
We're going to play at the Jungle.
At the Jungle. Okay, good. Nice. So you're going to have two Callan's playing at Mercedes?
Callan will be playing at Mercedes. So
we'll played them with their last
Yes, so we'll have 5 home games and 5 away games when it's all said and done.
All right.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
a lot, Coach Uribe.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck. Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach. All right, let's bring in Coach Mike Burgett from West East now. I'll bring him now.
He's still going. Oh, they're
31.
Edinburgh.
31-6.
So he's going to be very happy. He's going to be very happy. Watch him.
31-6. All right. So
when we do get him in,
we got him in the playoffs as well.
I've got him possibly
District
winning
champs?
district. Yeah, I've got him. Yeah, without me seeing their roster for next year. Yeah.
Right. Just based on tradition.
And his muscles. So
powerlifting team.
Yeah. So. And, look, most coaches are going to come in here and give us the PC answers and stuff like that.
Right.
Hopefully not Coach Burgett right here, but
Coach, first of all, your impressions. You're in 31-6A district with the Edinburgh schools and 2 PSJ schools and, of course, West Local High School. What do you think of your district so far?
Well, I think for all our athletic programs, we're excited. Anytime you get new blood in the district, it's really good. Plus Edinburgh, there a lot of tradition over there in all their sports, so we're really excited about that.
Now, Coach, I still coach in the district, but if we look at this though, you guys, Westlaco, maybe Edinburgh North, are pretty much the favorite in this district. As far as football, I know you're going to give me, probably no, I don't think so, but Edinburgh's rebuilding.
We got you in the playoffs, Coach.
Yeah, you're winning. You're winning
maybe
the
even
entire
district
state.
champs.
So I think we got you winning state, but. No, but the district, it looks very favorable for the Westlaco schools. Edinburgh North did well last year, but they're rebuilding also.
Well, I think there's always a couple teams that come out of nowhere, they play young kids and they're getting ready for the future because we lost a lot of kids. I'm going to tell you, I lost Saul Coyar, one of the best backs, if not the best back in the Valley. Do we think we still got a good team coming back? Definitely we do. Do we think we could be one of the top 4 if things work out and the ball bounces right? Definitely. Our kids have been working hard, so we're looking forward to this new district.
Now, as far as what you have coming back, though, you always have a stable of running backs. You've got, usually there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 running backs that could be starting at other schools. What do you have coming back?
Well, see, since you mentioned that, I think the strength of our team is our running back position this year. We got a bunch of running backs coming back. We got Alexis Cervantes coming back. We got Alejandro Flores, Angel Flores. We got a new kid that moved in from La Villa that led the Valley in
quarterback
scoring. He was a quarterback, receiver, free safety, running back. He was everything. So, we're looking forward to him. We got Ryan Navarro coming back. We got another kid coming. Oh, we got Emilio Temez coming back. He played a little bit of varsity. He ran for over 2,000 yards on our JV. The kid's outstanding. So, at the backfield position, we feel real good. Plus, at the offensive line position, we got most of those guys coming back. And plus, our quarterback who can throw and run.
So, yeah, we're really excited, about offensively, but we have some things to fix on our defense from last year. We got a lot of injuries. We never make excuses. We had a lot of guys end up on crutches last year, and it hurt us a little bit. But I think at linebackers and secondary right now, we got a bunch of kids coming back that can run and love to hit. So, yeah, we're a little bit excited.
Coach, talk to me a little bit about your non-district schedule. Who do you have on your non-district schedule?
Week 1, we have Brownsville Yvette. I thought it was very important to get them on our schedule since they, beat our district champ last year. So we got them. We got San Benito, one high school town. We got Harlingen South, who knocked us out of the playoffs. Our kids are going to be very excited to play them. And then week 4, we got La Jolla High.
Well, that's going to be a pretty good non-district schedule that you got going on right there.
Yeah, we want to give our kids a lot of competition. Unfortunately, Callan didn't work out this year. People looked at us last year and wondered what happened that game. They didn't look at 2 games after that where Callan beat Calhoun worse than us. Callan was a very good team last year, and we were a little banged up that game, but we played hard. I think we play hard every game we play, win or lose, in which I never asked the kids to win football games. I always ask our kids to out-hit our opponent. Then the winning will take care of itself.
Coach Mike Burgett has always had a tough off-season program. That's how you kind of built that program up there, is with that powerlifting team and so much. Have you tweaked it at all? Have you changed much in that off-season program at West Local East?
I got a couple new coaches on staff. I'm fixing to hire another guy. I hired Coach Trevino last year as my OC along with Jimmy Giroux. Those guys have put a lot more passing in than we've ever had. Our powerlifting team, it's funny you mentioned that the boys just won the big meet at Mission Vets this week. They won by 30 points. We got a bunch of guys that are very strong. They're coming on really well, and we might even do that nasty stuff 7-on-7 this year. Maybe.
Well, that'd be nice to see. Throw the ball around a little bit. And do you ever think about that maybe you might need that? I mean, if they put 8 men in the box and they stop the running it, and you might have to pass and maybe throw it somewhere down the line a little bit.
I don't think a lot of people has watched us really close the last few years to say that we're just a running team. Last year I think we finished 4th in the district in passing. The year before that I finished 3rd or 4th. A lot of people, because we don't throw for over 1,000 yards. A lot of teams don't throw over 1,000 yards. If you look at each district, the teams that run the ball make the playoffs. You have to be able to run the football. That showed last night in the NFL Super Bowl. So you could see that. But I'm going to tell you right now, we want to throw the ball more. We have a guy back there, Darren Rivas, who is really good. We have receivers coming back that are really good. So, we're going to throw the ball. We're definitely going to throw the ball a lot more next year.
Yeah, certainly a lot of skill at West Local East. You look at the track team, always doing well. So you definitely got a lot of speed. Basketball's coming around. And I could see West Local East certainly opening up a little bit.
A little bit, yes.
All right.
No spread?
Well, this last year we did a lot of spread. We ran out of the spread. I'm hoping to run out of the spread and throw the ball this year a little bit more, like I said, out of the spread. We have a lot of speed. I can tell you that. This is the fastest team I've ever coached.
Really?
Yes.
On the outsides too, your receivers too?
Receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, offensive line.
Really?
Yes.
So let me ask you something. With everybody going to the spread, a lot of teams are going to the spread. They're trying to, kind of spread everybody out. You guys tend to just let's line up and beat the hell out of you. Is that something that people are kind of forgetting about? That they've kind of gotten away. They want to look pretty instead of the nuts and bolts of football. Grinding it out and beating the heck out of people.
If I can still line up, and I guess shove it down your throat, we're going to line up and go straight at you. If McAllen Memorial, we went no back. A lot of people didn't realize that we threw for 180 plus an 80-yard touchdown called back. So we threw for 180, and the quarterback ran for about 150, and Saul, of course, ran for 300. We did that out of no back. So, yes, we are capable of getting in different formations. I think what makes Wesco East a little bit different is we come out, and if you ask the other teams that we play, probably in about 60 different formations, and I want to keep that up.
That's awesome.
All right, Coach. We know you have the day off because Wesco is off today after the Super Bowl, so we'll let you go.
We never have the day off, but we don't have to go to school.
That's right. No school today.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you for your support.
Yes, sir. Coach Mike Burgett, West Local East Wildcats in the new
31 6A champions. There you go,
31
Coach.
6A champions. Give them the trophy now. Crown them. Crown them.
Get Don on here. I got to say the same thing.
All right, Coach Leal, want to step on in? Go ahead, come on in. We got Coach Leal now from Don. Yeah, you talk about running the football, and Coach Leal, first of all, your reaction to. Well, first of all, tell me about your non-district schedule. Who do you have? You got Westlaco coming to your house?
Okay, yes, we're going to start off first of all with Brownsville Vets first game, and then we'll play Westlaco. We're going to their house, and then we'll be playing Brownsville Hannah. Those are 3 non-district games we have. You know, when we started looking at this, we didn't know we were going to fall in the 6A or 5A.
Sure.
But we figured we wouldn't play in the Brownsville, so we kind of scheduled them up way early in November, thinking that would be the wisest thing to do. So it worked out pretty good.
Okay. If I could get you to get up a little bit closer there, Coach. Let's take a look at your. Well, I lost my.
Oh, okay.
My new 32 5A. Is that what he's still?
It's going to take you guys a while, right?
Yeah.
Do you like this new district?
Well, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. I was real surprised it went to 8 teams. I didn't think we were going to be in 8 teams. I was thinking more 7 to 6, to be honest with you. I thought, well, possibly with the radio schools coming over, they could split it up into 3 5A teams. I knew the Vela thing was going to be, in the mix. Would we get them? Would we not get them? But I was surprised to get 8, to be really honest with you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we know we have to adjust and go with it. But I think we have some new rivalries that are going to be pretty good. We get to play the Ed Couch and Mercedes. Those are really huge games back in the past. And we got West Coast. So I think it'll probably be the first time. I've been there 25 years that we've ever played all those 3 teams in one season. So it should be some good Mid-Valley rivalries.
Yeah, and taking a look at the district, the top teams, so far and what we got, just based on tradition and what came back last year, Donna, Ed Chelsea, Mercedes, and PSJ, maybe the top 4 teams, but you never really know.
No, you don't really know. I don't really know. We haven't played those teams in the past, even in preseason. I don't know. Of course, Ed Chelsea we know, and Mercedes, like you said, those top teams in PSJ. But those other teams, I don't really know how good they would be or how what they do as far as passing or the defense. So. But you know what? With time goes on, we'll start seeing how they do, and I'm sure it'll be very competitive. Those schools are top-notch type programs.
Do you see yourself having to make any type of adjustments or any type of changes to your offense or defense based on the schedule or the district?
No, as of right now, no. Of course, we have to reevaluate and see how the teams we're going to face up and how we face up, and if we have to adjust, we'll adjust. But offensively, we're not going to basically change. We do what we do, and we've been doing it for years. And I've always said, if it's working, let's not try to, revamp something that's working. So we'll continue. We will tweak it. Of course, we have Monty Bowen coming back, so that's a big plus. And it's probably going to be, give him the ball and see what we can do from there.
Is he going to play quarterback?
That's the big question. Will he be the quarterback? Will he be the running back? Will he be the? I don't know, but we just got to get him the ball. He's a big part of our offense, and we got a lot of kids coming back offensive line wise. So, we're looking really, happy to what we got coming back.
Coach Uribe says that you guys are going to win district. Is that true?
Oh, of course, Coach Uribe likes to stir things up real well. But I just take one game at a time. I'm not making no predictions. Every game counts just as important. As all the others. My biggest thing is let's just approach the season. We got a new district. Let's take one step at a time. Let's see where we end up.
Coach, talk to me a little bit more about Monty Bowen. He's going to be a junior this year.
He'll be a junior.
He will be a junior, and he's a big boy. He can run with the ball. He played quarterback, didn't he, as a sophomore?
He
or
played
as
some
a
quarterback.
Freshman?
He was a freshman quarterback. And, of course, we had 2 senior quarterbacks. So, we didn't really know how he'd pan out. We were going with the seniors, and we battled it back and forth, and I think kind of worked out. But now I think that's going to be the big decision. It all depends what happens in the offseason. Do we put him at quarterback? Do we put him at tailback? We are an I team, but we're trying to go maybe a little bit more one back this year, But we'll just wait to see what the offseason has, produces. And we're going to probably put them in the best situations. We've got to put our kids in the best situations to be productive.
This is a weird district, though, because you've always been in those districts where, you had the Mackays, you had the Edinburgh, you had somebody there was some consistency.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, this is all new for you.
This is new for me. Like I told you, I'm really going to have to sit down and, evaluate, start looking at some film. If I can get some film and see, what type of teams are playing, what they predominantly do. We're in years with the Sherrylands, the Edinburghs, and also the McCowns. We already knew what they were going to do. We were expecting to see what they were going to do. Made it a little bit easier to, plan. Of course, stopping is totally different, but, we knew exactly what they're going to be doing. So it's going to be a learning curve, just the same thing for them. I think they're going to be in the same environment. They're going to be a learning curve for them for what we do. But I'm excited, I really am. I think it's the Mid-Valley should have a good rivalries going on between those 4 schools.
Where are you going to be playing Mercedes? Have you decided that yet?
I need to look at the schedule. I think Mercedes, I think we have them. I could double check right now. We got them coming in. I think it's the 3rd game. I know we have Ed Chelsea, the last game at Ed Chelsea.
That's going to be a tough game. That could be for all the marbles. PSJ is going to be another tough game as well.
Yes, they are.
So you know where you're playing PSJ? You remember?
I got to double check.
Okay.
I got to double check on that. I just remember that Ed Couch outside looked at it. Wow, it was the last game. I said that'll be a big game. I know it'll be a big game.
How is the offseason going so far for?
It's going good. It's really going good. You know, we go through different stages and stuff. We've been doing a lot of our powerlifting type with just weights and stuff. We'll start hitting our agilities coming up and start going to the football stage. But it goes fast. You know, before you know it, we'll be back in 2 days. It's going to go right really fast.
Sure, absolutely.
So, but it's looking good. The kids are responding really well. The numbers are low. I mean, compared to what we've had the past one in one-horse town. But, you know, the kids are working hard. The quality is there, so that's all we can ask of our kids.
The basketball team, they're right there knocking on the
You
door
know
for the
what?
playoffs.
Let me tell you, we're proud of basketball kids. We got some football players that play there, and we got some straight basketball. But, you know, really proud. I think that, you know, I think all the programs down there are starting to look, you know, they're up and up. We're winning, and it's really good. It's really good for the community, and it's good for the kids.
All right.
What are you guys going to do for girls basketball? Because there's a scenario where you guys might have a play-in game against Economides.
I've heard about that. I'm not too sure how they want to do it. I leave that to Coach Bueno. That's why he makes all that money. You know what I mean? So we'll just give it to him. But I know. I mean, we've never had where we have boys and girls both at the same time. It's been a while making the playoffs. So I don't know exactly how it's going to all fizzle out. We still got about a week, I think, less than a week to go.
Wow.
Great. All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. You take care.
Coach.
Appreciate it.
You got that? How's it going? Good, man. What's up, Jake?
What's up, Coach?
All right.
Yeah.
Where you want me here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Coach Gilpin.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
What do you think about that Super Bowl last night? Defense wins championships.
You know, there's an old adage that says defense wins championship, and it was proven last night without a doubt. You know,
Absolutely.
That was one. I thought if there was anybody that could solve them, it might be Peyton, but they answered that question pretty soundly.
So let's just get it right into it.
Okay.
Your district is murder.
Yes, our district is murder.
Okay.
We are not real excited about the toughness of it, and then we are excited about the toughness of it because we're going to be challenged week in and week out. It's with the upcoming Vela team, you know, with both the Sherrylands coming in, Rio, Roma, and us have been getting after each other for several years now. I mean, Valley View's been in the mix with us, and it's just, we got a heck of a district. There ain't no doubt. 31-4A or 31-5A is going to be a bear, they say.
Is it worse than last year's district, or is it? How would you say?
Yeah, you know, you take out Mercedes, you take out Ed Couch, you take out Mission. I mean, those are three dadgum good football teams too. So you know, it was pretty tough last year. Don't get me wrong, but you know, with the way it's set up, you know, Sherryland's been one of the top teams in the valley and you know in the region, you know, for a while. Pioneer's going to get there, without a doubt. Edinburgh Vela, I see them kind of like us, man. They're right on the cusp of being one of the top teams in the valley, man. With a couple of really solid years, you know, I think we're all in that same boat. And Rio and Roma have been there already. You know, Carlos and Max do a great job. I'm looking forward to it, Jake, but I ain't looking forward to it.
Sure, yeah, it's going to be a tough district, most definitely. I think actually the 5A district might be one of the tougher ones, if not the toughest one in the real.
Well, I agree. You know, I haven't looked at everybody else's district. I've been pretty busy this morning working on what we're doing, and you know, but obviously I'm looking forward to taking some time to look over everything. But for right now, our district's tough.
Who's going to be on your non-district schedule?
Well, we had two changes this morning. We had set up in our tentative agreements. We have Mission, that one held. We're Odessa Permian, that one held. We had Permian, Odessa Permian.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we had Cal Allen week 3. We lost it because Cal Allen has 9 teams in their district, and Waters Lincoln stepped in this morning and took that for us. So we picked up Waters Lincoln in week 3. Week 4, we had Mercedes. We lost Mercedes because they went to an 8-team district. So we lost Cal Allen and Mercedes. PSJ North, we already had in place if Mercedes was to fall through. So they stepped into that slot. Waters Lincoln, you know, kind of came out of the mix and said, hey, we need a week 3. Let's go. So we got 4 6A teams that we're real excited about. Obviously, the rivalry game with Mission, a big one, and you know, traveling to Odessa is going to be exciting for our bunch. And
tell us a little bit about that. How did that all get started?
You know, Carlos, all I did was say we are going to have to improve our non-district schedule. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, I want to put together a gauntlet. When I was hired 6 years ago, my idea was we'll play anybody anywhere. You know, the old Fresno State thought. You know. And that's what I've been looking at doing. And for the first time this time, I thought we could really step forward and do so. Thought we had the kids to do it. I thought our program's at a place that we need to do it. And so I called him. That's it. I called Odessa Permian. I called Cal Allen. I called Gregory Portland. I called Manny over at Harlingen. Would have called Ron at Sherryland, except they're in our district now, trying to beef it up. And he didn't call. for about 6 weeks, about 8 weeks. You know, it was a while.
He was scared of you.
Oh, no, I don't think that was a problem. But he gave me a holler and said, Coach, you still want that non-district game?
Yeah.
I said, yes, sir, I'd love to. And
where's it going to take
place? We're going to play up there at Rattler Stadium in Odessa. Real excited
You're
about
traveling
traveling
all the way up there?
We're going to travel up. They're going to give us a little payout.
We'll go with you.
I don't want to talk numbers, but they're going to give us a payout to travel up, help us with our costs.
Sure.
And you know, it'd be exciting for our kids. They've all seen the movie. Some of us have read the book, and you know, I think
and then the
playing,
movie.
you know, getting a taste of state championship football is what they've, you know, I think they've got 5-6 state championships.
Right.
Cal Allen's been in the Final Four 5 or 6 times, so we really felt good about our non-district schedule.
What week is the Permian game?
Week 2.
Week 2. That way I can put it on you right now.
Week
Yeah.
2. Yep.
And I think that's a good matchup because a lot of people think, well, you know, you got all these, you know, the Houston schools, you got the San Antonio schools, the Dallas schools. They always go to the state championship.
Yeah.
Can the Valley ever do it?
Yeah.
Well, if Odessa can do it, why can't the Valley teams do it? 'Cause
It's
Odessa's
similar type kids. They're not that big.
Exactly.
Similar type kids. You know, great work ethic. You know, we're just. Here's what I've said, Carlos, and I've said this many times, and I could talk to you for 30, 45 minutes, an hour on the reasons to do these types of things. But one of the reasons, and the most important thing for us as a staff, is for us to evaluate our team, our schemes, against teams of that level on the field. Not from the bleacher scouting, not from watching film, not from watching a state championship game on TV, from getting the live action with these kids allows us to evaluate, okay, what do we need to do to compete at this level? Do we need to change the scheme? Do we need to change our personnel around, you know, the types of personnel we're running? What do we need to do? And so we're looking forward to the challenge. You know, again, you know, I just told one of the reporters right now that I was speaking to, you know, it gives a kid like a Santos Villarreal. We've got 2 or 3 other kids that we think can play at a high level of college football, you know, good-sized kids, and it allows them, as they go into a recruiting situation, for me to say, this is what we did versus Odessa Permian. You know, last year we played Zapata. You know, okay, this is what we did against Zapata. They may not, because the way they look at things, not feel the same. But if I say we did it against a Permian, we did it against a Cal Allen, this kid can play at your level. And it gives a kid like Santos a little bit more recruitability, if you want to say so. So, you know, that's just a couple of the reasons.
And Santos is coming back one more year, right?
Santos is coming back. Yeah, he's
never graduated.
He'll help. Yeah.
He's been around a while.
He's been around a
while. We've been talking about him a while.
Yeah, he's you know, he's still out with that injury from the football season from week 8 against Mission.
Yeah.
But he'll be having surgery Wednesday morning to remove the pins in his foot. And then we're looking at probably 3 or 4 weeks of rehab, and then hopefully after that we're ready to get him going again.
You got spring ball or no?
Yes, we will have spring ball, without a doubt. That's just my belief. My philosophy is I think it's important. That second scrimmage is not that important to me in the fall. It's just kind of another week of heat and grind that the coaching staff and the kids, you know, don't need by week 4, week 5. So we'll go spring ball in May again, maybe the end of April into May. But you know, hopefully he'll be full blow for that. If not, you know, he pretty much knows our system by now.
Absolutely.
We can let some of the other guys get some reps if we need to.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Coach
guys.
Gilbert.
All right.
Hey, I like your glasses.
Oh, man.
They're chic. Those are like a model.
$9.99 at the dollar store.
Yeah, I went to one of their practices during the fall, and Coach Gilbert's not one of these stay back and let all the assistant coaches. He's in there.
Yeah.
He is in the mix. You know, he's out there coaching up his players as much as possible. So one of the good coaches here in the Rio Grande Valley, very enthusiastic, and it's going to be different having Mission veterans going to play against Odessa Permian.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but you know what? It shows a lot of manhood to do that. I mean, hey, Odessa Permian is no slouch. I mean, I think they had a movie made about him, I think, right? Yeah. I mean, come on, Friday Night Lights. I mean, what could be better than going all the way up there and playing in that stadium?
A book, a movie.
How you doing? What's up, Coach?
Coach, come on in. Introduce yourself to the Rio Grande Valley here now.
My name is Ram Partida. I'm the interim AD head coach there at San Benito right now.
So they still don't have a head coach at San Benito yet? Okay,
not yet.
all right.
So as of right now, I'm taking over and keep working hard, getting stronger every day.
There you go. All right. Well, tell me a little bit about San Benito and the new district that they're in. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm excited. We're excited. We kind of hoping we were in the same district, and we are now. Just for the fact that we're back with Harlingens, in the district play again, Los Fresnos, and of course the Bronzo schools. But just for the fact of the budget-wise, it's going to help us a lot. It's a lot closer than McAllen and PSGA.
it's not going to be as tough as 31-5. It's still not a
Well,
bad district.
Yeah, there's a competitive.
Sure.
Those teams are tough in the Brownsville, and of course your two Harlingen, Los Fresnos. So
Yeah.
we still figure it's going to be a tough district.
Yeah, people always say, well, the Brownsville schools may not be as tough, but look what Rivera did.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rivera, veterans, and Hannah's always tough,
Yeah.
and Lopez is going to be there. So it's going to be a very competitive district.
Let's take a look at the district for San Benito, and it's going to be Brownsville, Hannah, Lopez, Rivera, and veterans, then Harlingen South, Los Fresnos, and then San Benito.
Yes, sir.
So when would the announcement come for the new head coach from San Benito? What's the process going to be like?
To my understanding, tomorrow is the deadline of applications.
Okay.
And then from there on, I would imagine, hopefully they said the deadline was hopefully February the 20th. But, we'll see. I mean, it could happen sooner or later. But, our kids are working hard.
Sure.
We're just waiting to see who the next head coach is. But our kids are working hard, getting stronger, getting faster every day.
So, while you're taking over the program, who'd you add onto the for your schedule? Who are your new non-district?
Well,
games?
our first non-district game is at Edinburgh High, the Bobcats, and we'll be playing at home. And then we're playing Westaco East, which is a team that we played last year.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll be playing at
San Benito and Westaco East always play each other good games, man. No matter what happens. Yeah.
And then of course our McAllen Memorial will be our third. That one we're still debating either home or away. So we'll be working that right now, but that's our non-district game. So it's a competitive schedule,
Talk to me a little bit about the kids at San Benito, and who do y'all have coming back?
Well, we got a running back coming back. We got a couple of guys in the defense, offense. We're going to be young, just for the fact we lost a lot of starters. But our kids are wonderful. I mean, they're great kids. They're doing what they're told. I mean, our weight room right now, like I said, we're getting stronger. We're getting faster. They just got wonderful kids. Just hopefully it turns out to be pretty good next year.
Sure, and you look at the 6A schools, of course now 6A schools, San Benito's still one of those towns that's a one high school town, so that works to your all's advantage.
Well, I think so, but I just wish we had more kids coming out, but hopefully that could turn around and change, so hopefully we could get that going.
I know we're talking about football, but you got to be excited about the girls softball team.
Oh, yeah.
Got 7 players, 7 starters coming back,
they're
something
all
like
coming
that.
back, and it's like Coach Martinez always says, they're always reloading,
Yeah.
It's just great girls. I mean, we're looking forward for them, and hopefully they'll go again all the way to state. But those girls are pretty good. They're real good.
All right. Sounds good.
Hey, I appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, right?
All right. Sounds good. So we're still here. It's 10. And go ahead. Okay. And Jake Berry's going to go ahead and try to go get some more coaches over here to talk to you on 956sports.com as we're here at the district realignment. And San Benito still looking for a new head coach. And as we just found out from the interim head coach and athletic director, also Sherryland Pioneer later on this week will be coming out with a new head coach, and that announcement should be coming around on Wednesday. So still a lot to be determined here at the beginning of 2014. We're going to keep this broadcast here for a little bit longer, try to talk to a couple of more coaches, and then wrap up our broadcast. We know that Sherryland right now is still looking at their schedule and making things finalized. To see Coach Ron Adame over there with Coach Thompson, the athletic director, and making their final decisions on what they're going to do for the realignment. Once again, I think these districts are going to be very interesting districts. The 5A districts are going to be very competitive. Of course, we talked about the 31 6A district being pretty good as well. Westlaco East, PSJ Memorial, 32 6A. Going to be a little bit more balanced. I think that 31 5A district from last year was probably one of the most competitive districts in the Rio Grande Valley. But the 36A, 31 6A, and 32 6A going to be fairly balanced. Not as tough as last year as that 31 5A district. That 31 5A district really kind of just was the most difficult district of all the districts in the valley. But this time, I think they're going to be pretty balanced here. And as far as the 5A districts, we got 31 5A, Edinburgh Villa, Sherryland, Veterans Memorial, Valley View, Rio Grande City, and Roma, and Sherryland Pioneer. That's going to be a very tough district. Might be the tough district here of the Rio Grande Valley. The new 31 5A, once again, should be pretty tough. All right, trying to bring in a couple more coaches here. And we're broadcasting live from the UIL District Realignment. Live on 956sports.com. I'm Carlos Robledo. We got Jake Berry out there. And then, of course, you also have Alex Pena out there as well. All right, Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Carlos. How are you?
Good, good, good. Well, first of all, congratulations. Rio Grande City and Roma staying here in the Valley, not moving out to the Laredo schools or Corpus Christi schools.
Yes,
you got to
sir.
be excited just about
We're still
that.
part of the Valley. Thank
Absolutely.
God.
What do you think about the district? Sorry, Carlos.
Heck, man, it's like getting out of the frying pan and into the oven. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you lose Mercedes, you lose that couch. You know, but you got Sherryland, you got Vela, you got Pioneer, and you know, it's going to be a tough district. I mean, it's going to be a very tough district. But that's great. You know, you want to be in those districts where every game is meaningful. Every game's a big game.
Sure, absolutely. And it's like the old 31-5A district. That was the meat grinder district. This is the new 31-5A, and it seems to be, pretty tough as well with Vela, Sherryland, Mission Veterans, Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and Sherryland Pioneer. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. What type of team do you have coming back next year, Coach?
We'll be young. We'll be young. We graduate quite a few kids, but we had a good JV squad. We had some good players coming back at different positions. We'll have several 3-year starters next year. You know, we started when the seniors. Several of them started as sophomores, so we're going to have some good leadership.
You were able to turn it around this year and get into the playoffs. Some tough competitive games for you guys. Talk to me a little bit about the philosophy and what's going on there in Rio Grande City and how you've been able to turn things around over there.
It's it's the kids. You know, you got to get the kids to believe in the system and what you do, and it's all about the kids at Rio. Early on we knew we played some really good football teams, and I knew that they were going to prepare us for the future. The question mark was, how strong are we mentally to handle the beating that we're going to take early on playing those kinds of teams, and obviously our kids did a great job of holding it together, and our leadership, Noe Gonzalez did a tremendous job for us, and our defense ended up playing well towards the end, and when we needed to play well, when we needed to win games, those guys stepped up, and I think it goes back to that non-district schedule, especially in the playoff games.
What is your non-district schedule looking at for this year?
We're still flirting with week 1. We haven't solidified anything there, but week 2 we have Port Isabel. Week 3 we have Palmview. Week 4 Corpus Christi King, and then we'll start district after that.
What type of, there's different types of philosophies as far as off-season programs are concerned. Some coaches like to go, hit the weights. Some other coaches like to do a little bit of speed. What do y'all do in Rio Grande City? A little bit of both?
Well, yes. We try to, our goal is to develop a total athlete. I learned a long time ago if a guy can bench press a house and can't catch the guy with a ball, what good does that do you?
Sure.
So, we try to build the total athlete. We certainly, one thing that I've learned is speed is synonymous with strength. So you want to develop the strength as much as you can without affecting the speed. And you want to be able to put some running. We're big on speed. I mean, we'll give up size for speed. So for us in our off season, right now we're in our lifting phase, but we're fixing to transition to our running phase because we also encourage our kids to do multiple sports. We really do. I think being competitive and competing, that helps us. So right now we're on our lifting phase, but we're fixing to transition to our speed phase, which is our track season. We want to do the total thing. We're not just about one thing.
Absolutely. How's that track team looking this year?
I tell you what, we got a lot of guys back. We're excited. They're working hard. The hardest thing to do is keep the seniors involved.
Sure, absolutely.
And but these guys are special because they're all out there. They're the ones that are fired up and make it easy for us as coaches to do our job.
And the basketball team, I know right now, still very competitive out there. Looks like they're going to make the playoffs.
Yes. Shout out to Coach Contreras and the basketball team. They're doing a great job. We've got 2 games left. We should be able to clinch a playoff spot from the way things are. And we're excited about the turnaround they have going there. Our girls clinch a playoff spot in basketball. A lot of good things going on in Rio.
Absolutely. All right, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Jake, got anything else?
Yeah, I do have a question. Last year, beginning of the year, you guys had one of the best turnarounds of any program in the Valley last year. You didn't start out very hot, but then all of a sudden you guys caught fire. What was the deciding factor on that? Because I never had a chance to go to Rio and ask you.
Well, we're 0-3 coming off that loss to United South, and it was a Thursday game, so Saturday when the kids come in and you kind of gauge your team by Saturdays when you don't win, how many kids show up.
Yeah.
We didn't have a kid missing.
Really?
And that told me a lot. And I realized right then and there, Yes, we've had our bumps and bruises. We've had some owies here and there and some injuries and key spots. But these kids believe they can do it. And when they believe it, you're going to get it done. And then the very next week we played PSJ Southwest and we started playing football. We started gelling. And I thought that was the turning point, where our kids really truly believed. Our seniors had a heart-to-heart meeting with the team that week, that Saturday. They put it all on the table. They aired out whatever differences they had. And, man, what do you call it? The rest is history?
Yeah, because you guys really came to play, and you brought it into the playoffs, too. So.
Yeah, well, the kids, and I go back to the senior ball club that we had, and Noe. Noe just played tremendously. Mm-hmm. His level of play he did everything that we expected him to do and more. And then Costello in the backfield, but the credit goes to our offensive line. That was the key. We were very young there. Not one of them. We only had one returning starter. The rest of them were backups on the JV the year before. So our offensive line did an outstanding job of growing up and getting us to where we needed to be.
Wow. Hey, final question. Will your track and field have another gold this year?
We're expecting that, we're expecting that. Pressure's on the coach. It's on the head coach, but we're expecting that. Rio's always been known for track and field, and we certainly expect good things from our seniors.
Oh, man, I appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
Best of luck in your new district.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. Sorry, Coach Monty Stumball. Thank you, Coach Longoria from Rio Grande City. Coach Stumball is going to be stepping in with us right now. He's been patiently waiting. He's been on the phone trying to pick up games, and he's in a familiar position, being in a tough district coming up. He's going to be playing Corpus Christi, West Oso, Orange Grove, Port Isabel, Progreso, Raymondville, and Rio Hondo. So he's got a monster of a district. Oh, hey, Stumball was coming in.
Oh, Stumball, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, Stumball's been waiting.
Okay.
Sorry, Coach. Yeah.
Hi, I'm making this last all night.
Coach Stumball visiting with us right now. Coach Stumball from Port Isabel.
Yeah.
Coach, your district is different. A little bit different, yeah. A lot more travel, looks like.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, that's a little further than Rio Hondo and Hidalgo.
Yeah. What are your impressions so far?
Well, we thought coming in that with the 4 Division I schools, I thought we'd either get one or both. So it wasn't really a shocker to me. I thought maybe we'd get both. If not, maybe Oso and Orange Grove would stay that way. And so when they both were in there, it wasn't a big shock to me.
Coach, I know you had just a tremendous team this past year, or the past couple of years. You have some of those kids coming back next year?
No. We got. We're losing a bunch. We're losing a bunch of. First off, we're losing a bunch of really good kids.
Right.
And then they also had to be pretty good football players. But we have 8 kids coming back that lettered, and we have 3 offensive starters and 2 defensive starters coming back. So, we got a few, but not a whole lot. So, we're going to be.
How about the JVs? You got some kids coming up the JVs?
Yeah, our JV and freshmen did well.
Yeah.
They both won districts. So we got some young kids that we think can do, They're just going to be young. And, a few years ago we started 10 sophomores. And, one week they looked really good. And we thought, man, we're going to be good. And the next week we look like a bunch of sophomores. So, But we'll have some young kids. But we have some kids we think can step up and do a good job for us.
That team from last year, from top to bottom, you just had talent, you had speed. I mean, you had those kids. I know it's a 3A school, but they could have played 5A level and been starters both ways, starters as well.
There's a lot of those kids who have been with us for a long time. And, 10 of them played on the varsity sophomores, they were just good football players. And, unfortunately, it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but Denver saw the same fate. You got to play well if you want to win. But
right.
No, it's they were good football players, and they can play for a lot of teams. I don't know if they can play for all, but they can play because they love to play the game, and that was what was unique about them. They just like to play, and they didn't care who they played. So you know what I mean. So they had and we kind of try to embed that in our kids. We respect everybody but fear none, and hopefully go out and play hard and whatever happens. But yeah, we're gonna miss them. I want to miss them. They were neat to be around. I mean, practice was fun. It kept you on your toes, and
it's difficult to get past that 3rd round, to get to the 4th round, to win that state championship. When you have that type of talent, what needs to be done? What do you think for the Valley School to get past that 3rd round? I mean, is there any way that as a coach you can do anything differently? Or?
Well, I think we tell ours all the time, and the same thing happened I guess it's funny, the little things are going to get you beat when you get to that level. And you got to do the little things right. And it gets frustrating because, we spend a lot of time on doing the little things right. And, I've always been a firm believer when kids are through playing, it don't matter how good you are, your season's over. But for what I think, and you can take it whatever it's worth, is, you're going to have to play almost perfect. I mean, you're going to have to play really well. And hope, and this may sound bad or take it bad, but, the other team is going to have to, turn the ball over and make some mistakes.
Sure.
And for us, at the 3A level, I honestly think, you're not going to play perfect by any means, but you can't turn the ball over. You've got to play everything almost perfect and you have that kind of game. And and when you get that far, you got to have talent and a little luck plays in a way
sure,
too.
Absolutely.
But, that's why one of my coaches actually said after the game and the next week, what I thought. And I said, I think we for us, because when you get past, you're going to run into speed and size, and that's just the way it is. And, we teach our kids, or we preach to our kids, that if we'll play great technique, we can beat those guys. And that's what I think you have to do. You have to play great technique and do what you're taught and not make mistakes. That's what I think, and I think great technique will beat that every time. And if you don't, then you're in trouble.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's what I think, yeah.
All right.
Hey, so real quick.
Yes, sir.
If we ever want to come to the island,
yeah,
I'm just wondering, is there a place that we can stay at?
I could probably find a place. I could probably, excuse me, I could probably find a place there. And some shrimp, too.
Hey, speaking of that, did you add anybody that you really wanted to for your non-district? Like, was there a team? I saw you on the phone right now. You were hitting the phones left and right.
Yeah, well, we have a girl, we picked up Rio Grande City. I really wanted I was trying to play center, and we just couldn't. Matter of fact, I called him when the playoffs when they were in, congratulated him on getting on the fourth round because Tom's a really nice guy. And so I may have a couple open. I kept calling, and we just couldn't match up. I really wanted to set a game up. I wanted our kids to. We need to play somebody like that. I mean, that's how you get better. And they just didn't work out. So we ended up with Grulla and Rio Grande City will be tough games. Hidalgo, Valley View, and St. Joe, and then I don't know district yet. We're meeting on Wednesday.
I think that damn Rocky James took your Sinton game because he was
talking
about
Raymondville and Rio Hondo. Yeah, I was trying. I talked to them, man. I talked to Kingsville both, and no luck.
That's okay. They're just scared of you.
Well, I don't know about that. I told them I only got 5 coming back, man. And Sinton's going to be loaded, but I was trying to play them, and but it just didn't work out. Because it'd be a good game for our kids. I mean, those are the type of teams you got to play if you want to get to that 4th round.
Yeah.
All right. So just didn't work out. This time if we're playing them, that means we're in the playoffs, so it's okay.
There you go. Thanks a lot, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, let's get Coach Ranadame.
Coach Ranadame from Sherryland. He's going to go through his first split of talent. I don't know if he's going to. He's probably not. Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Going right on through, Coach.
He's probably not going to want to talk about how he's.
Our last interview as well.
Yeah.
About 5 more minutes.
Yeah. All right, Coach.
All right, Coach Adame. First of all, talk to me a little bit about your district. How's it looking for you? Your new district.
Well, I mean, there's going to be some teams that we haven't played in a while, and I'm talking about the Mission Vets, the Romas back in 4A. Those were our rivals. Of course, Rio Grande City, we hadn't seen them since they moved down from 5A to 4A, but they're doing a good job over there. And Valley View, I don't think we've ever played. Our junior high programs played them, and of course, Edinburgh Vela, just being a third-year school. I mean, we're going to be in the same district as well. And, of course, our sister school, Pioneer, is going to create a new rivalry within our district. So, we're looking forward to district play.
Every time I go to either a game of your alls or go to practice, I'm like, man, that kid's big or that guy's fast. And you have a bunch of them. There's a lot of them there at Sherryland. You have a lot. So when the new division comes up, I think there's going to be enough for Pioneer and for Sherryland High School. Do you see that? Do you see like you're going to have enough talent to be competitive next year?
I think so. I think there's, I tend to believe that there's enough talent at both schools to have 2 competitive teams. And, the way I look at this new school opening up is it's going to be more opportunity for more kids and also for coaches as well because we're anticipating some of our assistant coaches becoming head coaches of a program over at Pioneer. So there's opportunities for people, period.
So do you have shirts that say like "prepare to share" or anything like that? You know, 'cause, I mean, it's a difficult thing. I mean, because you're gonna see some players that you don't want to see leave. They're probably gonna want to.
Well, it's an exciting time of year for those kids, and of course they play junior high together, and once a year we'll have what we call the Sherryland Super Bowl, where BL Gray, which feeds into Sherry High, plays Sherry North, which is going to feed into Pioneer High School. So those kids are going to kind of rekindle that rivalry, but on a Friday night level.
Sure. Is Pioneer already a campus? Are there already students in there? Is it a ninth grade campus?
Not yet.
Nothing? Okay.
From what I understand, it'll be finished sometime in late April, early May, but it won't open up until August for kids.
And they're going to be announcing the new head coach this week.
This week is what the plan is. So hopefully that happens because those boys need to know who their captain is going to be, and they're working hard. I mean, we got all of them in our athletic period, and we're working them all as if they were all staying there.
What I know you lost some players, but is Sean Landez coming back for another year?
Sean Landez is back for his senior year. Yeah,
and he's going to be your quarterback, or do you have any
Sean's going to
idea?
He'll play several positions. Obviously his position that he's played the last 2 years is defensive back, but he can play inside for us. He can play inside slot receiver, running back, quarterback. Of course, he's a returner, so he's gonna wear many hats for us in as far as position capacities.
Now, I don't want to spill the beans on anybody, but we follow Twitter, and some of the players in Sherryland are saying basically that there's no sense of rivalness. I think they're saying rivalry with the new teams. Is that something you guys are going to have to develop pretty quickly? Like kind of, because you've always had Madonna. You've always had something where, no matter what, you could always focus on, you don't want to lose to Edinburgh North. I remember when you guys played them this year, it's about the defense.
Right.
This district's so new, it's so different. Is that something that you guys are going to have to work on? Is it something that you guys are going to have to focus on?
Well, I mean, I think it's gonna create itself. I mean, the rivalries. Kids are kids, 17, 18, year old kids. That particular game when we play Pioneer, I'm sure there's. I feel like those kids that are going to Pioneer, they're still our kids, and we've been through a lot together, but change is occurring, and it's inevitable, and I don't think that there's going to be. The kids, they're going to get up for that game. That rivalry is going to take a course of its own.
What about your non-district schedule, Coach?
We're opening up with McAllen Memorial. Wow. Then we're going to play Laredo United, then Brownsville Rivera, and we end with Laredo Alexander.
So, Mission Veterans has Odessa Permian on their schedule this year at Odessa. At Odessa. So that's something different for the Valley to look forward to.
That's good. We wish them nothing but the best because when you go out of the Valley and play out-of-Valley teams, and the Valley seems to kind of rally around Valley teams.
Absolutely.
Valley people.
It'll happen in week 2, so that'll be a very interesting game. Wow. All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Congratulations on everything.
Appreciate
first 2 years in
okay.
Sherryland, 3 rounds deep. We'll see if you can do it again next year.
Okay.
All right.
You guys.
All right, Jake. Well, that should do it here. It's 10:30. And Coach Thompson, you want to come in real quick?
Can we just borrow you real quick? We just wanted you to give us the heads up on who's the new coaches. No, I'm just kidding.
When's the announcement coming up for the new Pioneer coach, Coach Thompson here from Sherryland?
That will be Wednesday evening.
Wednesday evening? Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. Yeah.
How's that whole process been so far? I mean, are you happy with the candidates that have come in and applied so far?
Yeah, we had good candidates. We had a total of 38, and they were, several very good ones, and we've gone through the process. And the last time when we finished all the interviews, we had to delay it simply because we finished late on a Monday night, and several of the administrators that were on the committee had meetings the next day,
sure.
And the superintendent just felt like, hey, we're not going to rush this.
Right,
and
absolutely.
So we were unable to bring it to the board on Tuesday night because we couldn't, we just simply didn't have time to do it. And so we had to delay it, and then we had a few on the committee that were going to be out of town for conventions in Austin, so we had to delay it. And
so don't rush
hopefully we're going to get it done by Wednesday.
Absolutely.
It's too important of a decision to rush through it.
Yes, sir.
I never got my phone call.
You did?
I thought I was one of the finalists.
Well,
but, I haven't got my second interview or my first one I haven't got either. So
Jake, you were close, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah. Hey, how difficult was that though? Because I know that there were some guys in there that there was Coach Casas, who was released from Edinburgh, was in the list. There was you had guys from up north. There were rumors that Ty Detmer was supposed to be in the mix, but but we also heard that before. So.
Right. No, it was tough. We had a bunch of really good candidates, especially 4 or 5 that had a lot of experience and had been in the fire before. And then, but it just takes the process of finding out so much information to determine where you want to go, who you want to go with, and are they right for Pioneer High School?
Yeah,
it's a brand new school.
Do you expect Pioneer to be competitive right away?
Yeah, I do. I feel like they have the potential possibly to be competitive in some sports. Some sports may have a little bit more difficulty, but I believe that we'll be competitive coming out of the chute. Football, obviously we're not going to have a whole lot of seniors. And of course, a lot of times your good teams really depend on your seniors. I don't anticipate there being a great number of seniors, but then again, that means sophomores and juniors have to step up to the plate. And so, in other sports, I think there's certainly possibilities of being strong. And some sports may take a little harder hit, but hey, that's anytime you open a new high school.
Absolutely.
And we want to move forward, and we want to get competitive and really quick.
I did have a question, and it's financial, but
Sure.
You're going to be traveling a whole lot more than you did, in your previous district. How does this mess up with, as far as your budget, how does this screw it all up?
Well, obviously transportation is going to increase, for one thing, by doubling the amount of schools.
Yeah.
And then, of course, going to Roma, Rio Grande City, whereas right now we've been going to La Jolla and Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Donna was our furthest.
Yeah.
Transportation is going to certainly, as far as district play goes, it's going to have to double, pretty much. And then at the same time, you're adding 2 schools. So you're adding another school. So that would be the main thing. Meals maybe a little bit, but other than that, I don't see a whole lot of difference. I'm going to enjoy it because the first round of the playoffs, if either one of our teams the first round of the playoffs, we're going to be playing in the Valley.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go neutral or Laredo or hopefully win a flip.
Yeah.
Which we weren't very successful on very much.
We talked about this earlier. What's the stadium going to be called? Is it still going to be called Rattler Stadium?
No, that will change.
956sports.com stadium?
We'll
have to buy a sponsorship.
It depends on how much money you put in the pot. I don't know. That will be determined before next year, though.
Sure. Absolutely. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're not going to tell us who the new head coach is, then?
No, because I really don't know, because the superintendent is the one that recommends and the board hires.
Sure.
So
they have it narrowed to 3, or is it?
Yeah, we narrowed it down to 3 pretty much. Yeah.
All right.
So we should know.
We'll be there Wednesday night.
Should know something Wednesday.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you for everything y'all do for
Yes, sir.
kids.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Richard Thompson, athletic director at Sharyland High School, with a new Pioneer School District coming in there. Edinburgh Villa, Sharyland veterans, Mission veterans, Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and Sharyland Pioneers. So it's going to be a tough school district there.
Yeah, it's funny. This thing 2 hours ago, this place was packed. 2.5 hours ago, this place was packed, and now we've got a sampling of coaches. They're all still kind of arguing. We got 35A over here is to kind of arguing about, or not arguing, discussing who's playing where, when, home, away, all that good stuff. So it gets kind of interesting now, but it looks like everybody, pretty much everything's dying down.
Absolutely. Alex Pena. Let's bring Alex Pena back in here as we wrap things up. And I know he got the chance to talk to a lot of coaches about the new districts. Alex, what are the coaches telling you? I know you're going to put together a story later on. What are the coaches talking to you about?
Well, as you guys have kind of brought up with the other coaches, they're scrambling around to figure out opponents. I'm surprised Gilpin got Odessa Perman.
Odessa Perman, yeah.
Is that the one from Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mojo
hello.
Magic. Yeah.
Wow. Man,
And actually, Mission Vets, we're going to call it right now. They're favored to win that game. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a good thing for him.
Yeah, usually we get
no
those
pressure.
predictions
No
wrong.
pressure.
And of course, Harlingen has San Antonio Reagan week 4. What Coach Gomez told me was that he was kind of upset that they have some games already scheduled up for this year, but they have to, like many coaches alter their plans. They got the week 1 bye, and he said, while everybody else is playing, their mouths are going to be watering with foam, and they're going to be sitting down watching on the day off on Friday. I got a chance to speak to the Monterrey coaches. Everybody was kind of going around them because they really weren't sure what they're going to get. But I spoke to the head coach. Week 1, they're going to be playing Rio Grande City, at Rio Grande City. And week 2, they're going to be playing Brownsville Porter. So some coaches here in the Valley not afraid to go against their high school team. Many people think it's going to be the university team because you really don't know. The Tigres it's a university, but they also have a feeding system, which is the high school. But some coaches here in the Valley, they're not afraid. Actually, I think it was La Jolla Palmview kind of talking to Monterrey. But
I saw Laredo Alexander was here too.
So you got some non-RGV teams here. And what surprised me also was that you got some basketball coaches here. You got the Edinburgh girls basketball coach, and
hate that guy. But yeah, he's here. Not Memorial. Nikki Rose, Coach Ortega's here, and so is Roy Gonzalez from Mackay. So yeah, you get to see them girl coordinators finally here.
Yeah, and of course you get most of the football coaches here, but you got all the other sports. Right away, what stood out was that district, I think 30, where Sherryland was.
31-5.
Yeah, 30.
Still tough.
Yeah, soccer. Valley View against Sherryland. They're finally going to play each other. So 2 of the top teams in soccer.
Didn't even think about that.
They're going to be.
You are the soccer guy. You would figure that out for us.
And of course, Valley View is a little bit weak now. They beat Mercedes, I think 1-0 in their district opener. But you look at all the other sports. I mean, their football coach here and the athletic coordinators are here, but it's going to be trickling down to these other sports. And now the other coaches from the other sports are going to be scrambling around to schedule non-district opponents. But I'm still thinking about that Permian Mission Vets game. We should go to that game.
It's going to be at Odessa Permian, so we'll have to send somebody over there. All right, Jake, you got anything else, or should we go ahead and wrap this up?
No, I think everybody's trying to leave and go to an early lunch right now, so I think we could probably do the same.
We'll go ahead and wrap up our broadcast. You have all the alignments on our website right now if you want to go back and take a look at them. Our analysis is just about over. Our interviews are over. I think, once again, the Tough District 31-5A. That's right, 5A. The 6As are pretty much divided evenly, but that 31-5A is going to be pretty difficult with Vela, Sherryland, Mission Veterans, Valley View, Rio Grande City, Roma, and Sherryland Pioneer. All right, that should do it for Alex Pena, Jake Berry, Darren Henderson on the camera. I'm Carlos Soleto. We'll see ya. That was our broadcast of our UIL Realignment Monday.